Good morning, everyone. I'm super excited to show to you today our routine of when the kids come in from school and come in through the mudroom from the garage and where they do their homework. We just got done redoing our mudroom into a little area with cubbies and a backpack station for their backpacks. And I've always had a homework station for them, even in our old house. We had a very much smaller house before this, and I made it work even in that house. I was sick and tired of having them do their homework on the kitchen table. I know that that works for a lot of people, but in that house, it was like every time it was time for dinner, somebody's homework was on the table, someone spilled something on paper or got food on it or something sticky. So that's when I decided to go to IKEA. This was like 4 years ago, and I bought a black table with chairs. We had it right in our dining room. It didn't look the greatest, but then when we moved here, we had an office. So my husband does have the office for himself, but we also put the homework table in there. And on days that my husband works from home, the kids will just come to the kitchen table. But that's not very often. So most of the time, they'll just do their homework in there. So when they get home from school, when we first moved here, my vision was to have, pretty like cubbies and a place for their backpacks. And if you go on Pinterest, you could see like a million different ideas, and it's expensive, especially for built-ins. So I had a guy come here and give me an estimate. It was like $800, and then another guy was like $1,000 to get like cubby built-ins and everything. So then I was like discouraged, and I'm like, you know what? I already have like a small bench. We'll just use that for the kids' shoes, and we'll just get hooks, and that's it, call it a day. So we went into Home Depot, and my husband seen the beadboard, and he's like, you know what, I could do this. He's pretty handy. So he ended up building me the backdrop of the cubbies, and I chalk painted the bench. So it's looking great now, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you. I did show on Instagram on Under the Oak Tree, and I showed like the before and after. So I'll put in a quick little clip here of what it looked like before, and I'll show you what it looks now. Okay, so here's our garage door. We come in through here every single day, and the kids will have this now. So they'll hang up their backpacks and their coats, and then in here will be the baskets for their shoes, and I think I'm gonna have maybe this one be off for like the hats and gloves and stuff like that for when it's winter time. But right now it's just gonna be for shoes. It looks all pretty right now, but I'm sure once the kids get home and hang all their stuff on it. It was very inexpensive compared to the $8,000 to $1,000 mark of what people wanted to charge me. So like I said, I put in a picture of the bench. That was given to me from my mother-in-law. I already had the pillow. So this is just like a slab of beadboard, and then the trim is going around it. We put a piece, like a plank of wood here, painted it, and also another piece of trim, and then got 4 of these iron hooks. So the kids will come in through the garage, hang up their stuff. I basically will go through their bags, and at least it's like organize it. Before it was like they would come home and everything was thrown on this floor, and my dog's bowl used to be here, and he would like be trying to eat his food over top of their backpacks. It was just a mess. So I'm really happy and blessed that we have like this area now for the kids to stay a little bit more organized. I gotta be honest though, I was way more excited than they were. A little bit dark in here, but now I'm in my husband's office. On this side of the room is all his belongings and his desk and everything. So on this side of the room is their homework table. So again, this table is all from IKEA. The chairs are from IKEA. This end piece is from IKEA. I don't remember what it's called, but they have it in the office section. So this was in our dining room for the longest time in our old house, and we just made do with it. But then once we moved here, now it's nice that it's in the office and we can close the door and nobody can see it. So the 3 younger boys, they do their homework here. My oldest does his homework on his laptop pretty much wherever he is at the library and things like that. But it's nice to have this area for the other kids, and they come in here. So they have a bin of their scissors. I pre-sharpened all their pencils for the beginning of the school year. They have their container of glue sticks, pencil sharpener, and then in here, I still have to take this off from when we moved. But in here, this is a mess, but this is my drawer basically. We have like bookmarks, my label maker, scissors, notes if I need to write a note to the teacher, extra staples, just extra rubber bands, erasers, a Sharpie and a pen if I have to sign papers for the kids' school. Next drawer is all just crayons, color pencils, again, markers, crayons. So it's nice that they all have, like, this one's hard to open, a box of color pencils, a coloring book, the hole puncher thing, and just a couple little games in there. And then on this side, we have, I also bought this from IKEA, which I think a lot of people sell these now. I think Target sells them in like a smaller version. And we have just like the cubby bins in there, and you know, just extra rulers, tape, stapler. And I think in every bin, like the first bin is all like just extra supplies that I had bought for the school year that I bought extra, and if they run out or need an extra folder, if it ripped, that's in there. Play-Doh, I think, is in there, coloring books, drawing, art books. I have clipboards here, which is a great idea. Even if you don't have space, this is all doodled on, but even if you don't have space for a homework table, another idea is to get each kid like their own clipboard and maybe like a beanbag or something like that, and then they have their own designated spot to do homework. There are days that they just can't sit near each other. They're just bickering, or they're just not in the mood to sit. I mean, granted, they do sit all day. So yeah, so they sit all day long. So sometimes from sitting all day, when they get home, they don't want to sit. So getting the clipboards is a good idea. Sometimes I'll just give them an after-school snack, and I'll say, you know what, take a clipboard, go find a spot in the house and do your homework. As long as they don't have like a phone on them or an iPod, so they're not getting distracted. So clipboards really come in a lot of use. IKEA has a lot of different organizing ideas for, you know, kids' bedrooms. If you choose to have your child do their homework in their bedroom, they have cute little desks for that as well. So there you have it. That's where my kids will be doing their homework and putting their backpacks. So I feel like everything's a little bit organized, and hopefully the school year will go a lot smoother. Last year was crazy because we moved. Oh geez. We had moved. So no, I think we moved in November. So from November to the end of the year, you know, we were still trying to get in like the groove of things and where things were going to go in our house and what our routines were going to be. So by the time we did get into a routine, it was summer. So now I have a pretty good idea on what I want to do and where they're going to do it and things like that. So I think it's going to go good. Today was the first day. They already left for school. I'm feeling pretty lonely. But I have a lot to do. I have a lot of projects in mind. So make sure to subscribe and like this video, and hopefully I will be showing a lot more creative, fun, organizing tips and ideas. Talk to you soon.